I did not yell.
Oh.
I did give a few. What the hell are you doing? I did give a few of them.
We know you a busy man, Kobe, so we gonna jump right to it, man.
I'm gonna say Zion Hill.
Doing in a swing?
I'm sick and sick with it. Vision and lift it. Listen, just picture it. Spit and deliver it. The time froze. Undercurrent, how the grind flows. Wrist flicking, said the bezels got a mind blown. You know how to drop beat, everything slow. You know how to drop beats and anything goes. Pull up to the spot, you might see the squad there. Pull up unannounced, then you might see a broad there. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win while you're watching the shot clock. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win. Thanks for watching the shot clock. The shot clock. You catch the shot clock every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
We never getting that $1 million.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is a special version of the shot clock, and it's only special because I get to start off the intro. We're gonna let the beat build. Hopefully a few more people tune in, but if not, we're gonna get straight to it. How was y'all weekend? How's everybody doing out there? Hit me up in the comments. Tell me who went off. Tell me who was hooping. Tell me what I missed, because I was in the gym myself. I was working. Didn't really get to see much elsewhere. We'll talk about that more later. But yeah. Tell me how y'all feel after a live period. Y'all made it home safe. Shout out Doug. Had a flat tire, but he made it to where he needed to be. Shout out G-Day. He doing the Lord's work right now. Shout out Rob. Rob will be back in the city soon. Shout out D King. Probably out here trying to be another coach of the year again with the recruits he's recruiting. But yeah, let's get straight to it. I was at New Orleans, girls EYBL. It was a beautiful time, beautiful weather, beautiful basketball. It was fun in the Big Easy, in the Bayou. What live period were you guys at? What did y'all see? Were there any things outside the norm? Were there anything that you saw that maybe you didn't see last time? I got some players on the girls' side that, I would love to highlight. If y'all got time to listen to me yap about what happened at Girls EYBL, I got to cover some great teams. Sports City Angels, Team Durant, Why Not 17s put on an amazing game. All I Would Tech, Chloe Johnson, Hooper, real Hooper. Of course, got to see our Texas kids do amazingly well. There should be a lot of phone calls for our Texas kids, whether it be Pro Skills, Drive Nation, Sci Fair, even Texas Premier. Shout out to my boy Chris Johnson, who also had a live period event at the same time in New Orleans. Matter of fact, I got to hit you, Chris. Somebody's very interested in the 6'5" post you got over there. And I'm just spitting off the top of the dome because I didn't even get a chance to get to see her hoop this weekend, but they hit my line about it. So that's what we try to do. We try to help these kids out one kid at a time as much as we can. We only human with two eyes. So yeah, let's see where I want to start. Miss Savory from Sports City Angels. Ah man, I wanted to see some pure scoring, and I got to see it. And I'm talking about it like scouts like to say, a 3-level score. She can hit you with the 3 ball. She could come off a pin down. dribble, get you into a meeting, and then she's tough to finish through contact when it comes to layups. My second favorite player to watch this weekend is a tie, actually, and it shouldn't be, but I just don't feel like starting any more controversy than I have already this weekend. Gigi Banks and Tati. Tati and Gigi are ultimate competitors. They put on an absolute show. Like, it was a great game. I'm talking about back and forth scoring, two different contrasting play styles. Um, Tati is a more bully basketball. I'm gonna make you feel me, and I got a little touch on my outside shot when I'm done beating you up in the paint. While Gigi got that sauce and she got the ball on the yo-yo and she's moving and facilitating. She does very, very well, I believe, as any kid in high school with ball fakes. Ball fakes are a huge part of a guard's game, I believe, and she executes it very, very well. What's up, Marco? We appreciate you for tuning in to the show. Marco, talk about in the chat, in case some college coaches watching that's not commenting, what your kids did this weekend, Marco. Back to Gigi Banks. She got that sauce, man. Every coach in the nation showed up to this game, and it came down to the wire. Also had great role players and your typical 1A, 1Bs. Like, there were matchups across the board in that game that made it an enjoyable game to watch. My third, well, that was two, and they were tied. So I guess I am on my third player. I'm going to be a lot biased when I say this. Ogechi Okiki is the best big on EYBL girls by a long shot. And we talking about rim protection, and we talking about just finishing at a high percent near the rim. And she's moving better than I've seen her move, and I've been watching her for 3 years. Like, she's legit deserving, and I don't think we're talking about it enough, a McDonald's nomination. Like, I really believe she's a McDonald's athlete, but that's just my personal opinion. As we move down the list, who else? Monica Diaz. She's from California, 15-year-old on 17U. She plays the game at a slower pace because she has a smaller frame, but she can really shoot the ball. And when I say really shoot the ball, like, really, really shoot the ball. Shooting is a premium. Her phone should be ringing off the hook, but I know right now coaches want to see how she feels out as she grows up and gets older. So those are some of my top players. I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you. Girls EYBL on all levels, 15, 16, 17s, very competitive this weekend. I didn't see teams quit. It wasn't really large blowouts. None of that. And I want to shout out to Addie Beverly, 17s for Houston Hoops EYCL, really holding it down on that side. I had to, as I was trying to promote her game to coaches, I had to not be in my feelings and just, state facts. I realized on the girl side, when you're undersized at a certain position, no matter how good your footwork and your finishing is, sometimes you're just undersized for a certain conference. And I learned that again this weekend. And that's no slight to no coach. That's more or less me getting better at my craft, getting better at what I do. But definitely, I do know Addie Beverly is a high-level college player as well. The usual suspect. We know that, Marco. We'll get to that. We're just letting the show warm up, getting to the little girls action. Shout out Team Team Takeover and Team Cypher Elite for getting exclusive Kobe Pro Troll draft days. I got the exclusive on that. We'll drop that sometime this week. each number and the stitching for each kid's shoe was a different color. I felt that that was really dope. Just the subtle details, the subtle things, the gold packaging, the boxing that they got it in. The girls are finally being taken care of like the boys. That's why I want to bring that up. I'm not bringing up Adidas versus Nike. I'm just talking about girls' equality across the board. I'm glad to see girls getting that shoe package drop, especially when they elite. Um, yeah. So that was a little bit of my girls coverage. Um, but yeah, let's kind of address the elephant in the room that all 12 people are obviously here to hear me talk about, apparently. Or apparently not. You can write in the comments. We can talk about whatever. Media is such a tricky work, tricky business these days. Because everything is lumped in together. There's no subcategories, right? Like even with music, you have genres and subcategories and different branches of all that. Even in rap, you got drill, you got, mumble rap, you got scam rap, you got a bunch of different things. I just don't understand that how we lump media all in together. And sometimes I do understand it because and when I say we, my compadres on this show, on this panel, we make it look very easy. We make it look like it's seamless, like anybody can do it. I totally understand that. And I'm not elitist. I don't feel like this is just only my lane and nobody should be in it. No, do what you love. Do what you have fun at. Do what you get paid to do. But there's different sections. And sometimes I think we blur the sections and blur the lines. And we shouldn't. And, sometimes I probably shouldn't be so quick to rush to things. But we're here now. Yes, Marco. Yes. Unfortunately, I am a hater. And that's cool. Like, sometimes you got your own path and your own purpose. I really hate bad basketball. So it's true. I am a hater. Don't like people. And when I say people, I don't like kids that can't be held accountable. There's a lot of things I don't like. A lot of you guys wouldn't know the things I don't like if I didn't speak on it. Sometimes I dislike a lot of things and I only tell my friends and I just let it be. Because a lot of things aren't my business. Like, I don't go around being in other people's business. But I think we get confused that I actually am media. I actually do get paid to do certain things that y'all do at your job. Like, I don't never come to y'all job and ask y'all why y'all not doing this, why y'all not doing that. At all. Never. Like, and I know you guys feel that, hey, you're in the media. You gotta suck that shit up. You gotta take it. You gotta be accessible. Yeah, you do. Like I say, I'm a totally understanding person because I'm a little smarter than your average bear. But I know when y'all be towing the line. And I can't let y'all toe the line, especially when it comes to the city. It's just like some things, like, it's cool to be frustrated about, It's cool to feel a certain way about. Tell your gal, tell your kids, tell Jesus. But when you start telling the internet, that's the gray zone. That's the gray area, And that's my thing. Like, a lot of people might think I be mad and be stressed out over Twitter. I don't. I don't be at all. Like, as calm as I am right now, I'm talking to you like I'm at your house and we having a conversation. I try to be a man of the people, but every day the people show me who they are. And that's fine too. But just know, once we gone, once we leave, who you got? Because I think we really at this point right now because it's already fractured. Y'all complaining about us not supporting kids. And I'm just like, man, I was at the girls. Like the people who were like, you want 17 accounts to tweet the same thing? That's cool. We not in that day and age no more. At all. Like that tagging 17 people to go viral, we're not in those times anymore. Like I cringe when y'all tag me with 18 people because it's not gonna go viral, it's not gonna pop. I promise you it's not. Like, but instead of y'all learning from where I made my mistakes, where I bumped my head at when it was time to promote kids, y'all just gonna do it your way. Well, that's cool. Y'all cycle out every 4 years. 4 years later, it's gonna be a new set of yous. So I ain't really got to trip. I ain't really got to stress. I just be trying to help. I see. We good, man. We good. Like that's why I try to stay tapped in with everybody because I'm no bigger than that. I didn't have to call and ask and beg for favors to get into gyms, to work for free. I'm not bigger than nobody. It's just sometimes I just want to know like the headspace. Like you gotta realize USA Today ain't knocking on our doors. Undefeated ain't hit none of us up to get. Undefeated ain't called Doug to get some of them stupendous articles he writing about y'all kid. They not. But you know who are? The people in the trenches. That's who support us. Like, that's it. Y'all want us to be Hollywood. Y'all want us to be all this. They not rocking with us. We got the same information that they begging for, and we not getting the same promotions. And you want me to out here tweet for free. Y'all crazy. And it's not even about the bread. I ain't got no bread involved with none of that. Like, but I tweeted yesterday, like, these people will pick your brain, get access to the information, everything you worked hard for, get a promotion, and don't even know you. Not a free ticket, not a shirt, not a fan hat, not nothing. The game is the game, and the quicker y'all learn that this is a business, the quicker you understand that's why we move the way we move. Like, I ain't see nobody tweet the directors, where's the media at? Y'all cool with the ChatGPT graphics. Y'all cool with that bullshit. So don't be out here asking where the tweets at from me. You consume what you love. I'm putting out 4K video. If it wasn't for my brothers, my slimes, if it wasn't for Doug, Rob, G-Day, Sloan, who retweeting the kids? Because let's just be honest. If it's not about your kid, you really don't give a damn. Because you don't want to see nobody else shine over yours. I get it. It's a human. It's competitiveness. It's hard to think outside of yourself. It's hard to think that it's something bigger than me. And I just try to tell y'all, like, my path is different. Like, y'all still in this little square right here. And I'm trying to tell y'all it's a whole world. It's a whole world out here, and y'all have no idea. No idea. Like, y'all don't have no idea. Like, and I'm trying to explain to y'all, like, when it comes to kids, these kids, man, Marco, shit be yellow like my eyes because I got sickle cell, bro. When it comes to these kids, they see the discontent, they see the discord. The ones that do run their own social media. Now the parents that run they social media is them talking to themselves and it's whatever, but they see it. And I tell kids all the time, like, hey, look, I don't dislike you. I don't dislike your game. I run a business. I got a 6-year-old at home, and I can't tell my 6-year-old I'm going to feed him off tweets. Now, don't get me wrong. I do feed my 6-year-old off tweets, but we're talking about event promotion. We're talking about other avenues of social media and creativity and name, image, and likeness. Like, it's a bigger world out there, and y'all worried about the wrong things. Trust me, everybody is where they're supposed to be. And if you haven't noticed yet, I tell you about kids before they pop and before they bubble, and then once they get that fame, I'm gone. I done my job. Why am I still staying with somebody who Isaiah Santos is a 5-star, dog. If anybody that could miss a tweet or two, the motherfucking 5-star can. But I'm crazy. Dog, it's kids in the trenches out here. Hold on. Let me tell you the DMs I get. Jamal, I'm gonna butcher Millie's last name. Jamal Mutalib from Houston hit me about his cousin. He say, "What's up? Can you give my little brother a follow? Tavon Bounds. He got newcomer of the year at Klein Forest. Been killing it in the next pro circuit and not getting the publicity he deserves." There's kids out there that need the tweets. I'm pretty sure the 5-star don't need the tweets, dog. I'm pretty sure. But we could be wrong. And I don't know. That's why we tapped into the streets. That's why we here. That's why it's an open forum. That's why I don't mind the comments. I'm just putting them up. I can't even read and talk at the same time right now because I'm just trying to explain to the people. Thank y'all for tuning in. We always appreciate y'all. We always love the fan base. I don't never want you to think we're ever bigger than the fan base because the fan base got us here. But at the same time, as a part of the fan base, not saying y'all are fans because I know y'all hate, y'all hate that. Y'all might tune out the show if I say that. Not saying that y'all are a fan. I appreciate the kids. I appreciate the refs that watch, coaches that watch. But we got to start being honest. We got to stop sugarcoating it and letting people and kids think that they're better than what they are. I'm not walking around out here calling kids pros. 6 years ago, y'all was using that word very loosely during the pandemic. All I saw was, oh, God, please, if we could play basketball again, we'll never take it for granted. Them same kids don't even hoop no more. So the bigger picture in that is sometimes you got to let the story play out. You got to let life play out. Since y'all... let me show you where I'm not perfect at since it's always a problem. Let me show you where I lacked at. My good friend Frank. Y'all know Frank. Frank the OG. Dream Elite Frank. Frank the Bahamian track star with the gold medal Frank. Akeem homie Frank. Frank had Buki and he had Josh Clark. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't see it then. Buki and Josh Clark had great college seasons this past year. Buki got in the portal, made himself some change. Josh Clark is the starting center for Marquette and Shaka Smart. Doing a great job. Y'all remember Cheaty? Y'all remember when nobody wanted Cheaty? My boy Cheaty out here hooping, helping teams win, because winning matters. Playing hard is a skill set. Cheaty gonna get paid next year. But Cheaty is staying loyal and staying down. Divine was at Miami, went to Michigan State. Now Divine at LSU. Ah, man, gonna be a demon. Not saying that we didn't see it with Divine. We knew that Divine could lock in and be what it was. But sometimes you gotta let kids, in my Sloan voice, run their race. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a lot more egg on your face than you're gonna be right. That's just the name of the game, dog. Like, there's kids that I thought would be a lot better than what they were. They not. It's cool. You know why? You really got to get in that gym. When you're not in the gym, it shows. And y'all want to get mad that we not co-signing kids that's not putting in the work. A lot of kids are gamers. That's cool. That's not gonna get you far. It's gonna hurt your name more than help your name. Kids gotta have a work ethic. Like, when you go to college, that college grind is different. They're not holding your hand. All that, y'all on the spectrum and don't get to go to class, that don't work. Like, yeah, you think it worked, but y'all not that talented enough for it to work for y'all. So that's not how the system is set up. And let's get to this. Oh, this is what I really want. Don't ever tag me about putting music in mixes. Especially if you're using AI to get your tweets off every day. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's not the tree you want to bark up. And I know you come back and watch the show. I ain't even gotta say your name. But you know that was foul and you know that was wrong. Like, you know I don't even know them people. I'm cordial with you. We have a nice semi-good conversation. Don't make me flame you up, my boy. Don't do it to yourself. That's a common courtesy right there. That's just, I'm gonna let you make it. But the next time, it's not gonna be like that. That's a great point, Odyssey. But yeah, like, and don't get me wrong, I'm never plexed up, beefed up, none of that. Like, this is kids basketball. Not worth it. Not worth it at all. But the reason why the show is titled PIE is perception is everything. And I just want you to know that. Like, y'all do y'all best. This right here, this is owned by 4 black guys. And every time you throw rocks in the glass house, this is a minority-owned business. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to defend it every time, every day, every hour, every second. Yeah, I'm going to have that phone call about that y'all not really worth doing all that for. But I'll never let you play with something that we built brick by brick that other people copied. Never. Not one single day in life. At all. So now that you know that about us and our brand and how I feel, like, there's really, like, no issues at all. I really wish I paid attention to the boys' side this weekend to give you some boys' information. I didn't, though. That's on me. But at the same time, I'm still giving you guys a platform to promote your kids in the comments and the chat section. And you know who does a great job of that? Marco does. We're not biased. I see a lot of biased tweets and favorite tweets. I don't got no favorites. I like it ain't that deep. There's people I like to work with. There's people I don't like to work with. But business is business. Like y'all are confusing friendships and relationships and business all in one thing. Like, I don't know what y'all got y'all degree in. I didn't finish college. So it's a bunch of confusion. I don't quite understand it, but it's okay. I'm here to answer our questions. So if you think you know and you don't know, no question is a stupid question. Comment box is open. I can be as forthcoming as possible. Like, don't ask me nothing that I ain't supposed to be talking about on the internet. Like how they hemmed up my man, the Duncanville football player. I think that was pretty selfish. Russian. And I like to say as I get my snacks, my bad. I planned on being here a while. I'm a man of the people. But yeah, I felt like that was really selfish to get that kid hemmed up all because you wanted the first views and clicks. Like, let's talk about media etiquette. Because I think this goes with the conversation we're having as well. Media etiquette is if I know a certain videographer has an affinity for a certain team or kid or is making money over there, I'm not going to go sit on that. I'm not going to go squat on that. That's disrespectful. That don't mean I don't rock with the kid. But, sometimes y'all got to realize, hey, I know AV Elite Media Team. They're pretty good. Like, they gonna promote Santos. They gonna do a great job. He gonna be okay. Like, trust me. Like, but y'all don't never hold the teams with nothing accountable. There's some good teams out here that got nothing, but keep telling me that they good. How I know you good? Because you put the graphic together? Let's just say I'm a student of the game. And I may not retweet them horrible huddle clips y'all be adding me in. But let's just say 4 a.m, I'm editing and I look at it. It's already blurry, already small. It's already hard to tell. But okay, I'm interested. But if your team don't care, why you expect me to care more than your team care? Can y'all explain that? Especially the mom and pop teams. Like the last 2 weeks, y'all done charged me up over some frivolous things, and I let y'all make it. Somebody told me about a name. Somebody else said, oh, you don't love our kids. You don't retweet. It'd be a lot of me, hour. And I just be like, Extra Eyes been around. Nobody hit us up and say, hey, come check out a practice. Nobody, y'all just want the glitz and the glamour. Y'all want me to come and record y'all in 4K and make a mix and put a dope rap song on it and have your whole crew in there. And now that's all I'm showing you love. Invite me to practice. Well, I ain't got to record. I come look at your kids. I ain't tripping. But y'all always want the most for the least. Like, your team good? Lock in with a cameraman. But y'all went to the graphics man and y'all got the graphics man results. That's why nobody know who good. G-Day does a great job of ranking y'all and keeping up with y'all. Because I'm not going to lie. I ain't watched no boys basketball this summer. You know why? I saw the foolishness starting in January. It was too many graphics. Too many graphics with bad decisions being made. You can't be yelling promotion, and it was never no promotion over there to begin with. That's just, okay, cool. You working on development. I'll see you in high school, brother. That's just how that works. But y'all think I'm crazy. Nobody. Like, I'm telling you, this boy, I wish I could send Marco the link right now. Marco will tell you player 1 through 8 right now on this team. And it's not even because Marco my BFF. I ain't even got Marco's cell number. But I respect what Marco does. And in this retrospect, let me explain something. Before I was the baller plug, I was Marco 6815. I was getting my ass whooped on 16s. Nobody cared about me. We had to figure out our own motion. That boy Bobby Benjamin taught me the game, and then we had motion ever since. That's why we don't be worried about nobody. We don't worry about nobody ranking. We don't worry about nobody talking about our kids. You know why? We got all that shit in-house. We built it from scratch. That machine came out of Jurassic Park. And y'all just came in Jurassic Park, copied the flow, put some new paint on it, put some different rims on it, and brought it to your program. That's cool. I'm for the city. We could talk about that all day. We good money. But what I'm not going to allow is you to be motionless and be crying that you motionless like somebody's supposed to give you some motion. Nah, man, you hustle to recruit them kids. You got to hustle to get them kids recruited. I didn't know a college coach before I started this. I talked to people. I didn't feel like nobody owed me anything. I didn't feel entitled. Not one bit. But instead of y'all figuring it out, y'all want to cry about the media and what we don't do. Like, bro, that's getting old. That's happening on the girls' side, the boys' side. Like, what are we doing? I'm old enough to remember y'all didn't even care about having media because y'all didn't think it was gonna last. Y'all didn't think it was gonna stick around. Now every high school coach got a Twitter. That's crazy. I remember you couldn't even add kids on Twitter. Then I started adding kids. Now everybody got the ads. Let me eat a cookie on that. But we're not here. What we're not going to do is scapegoat these kids like they always the problem when a lot of adults are the problem. Because they kids. Yes, they going to turn the ball over. Yes, they don't know the plays. Yes, they don't know how to defend in man-to-man defense when you need them to sit down. That's what our jobs as adults are. Just because you ain't figured out how to talk to kids yet, that don't mean that them kids sorry. That just means you as a communicator got to get better. Same with me. I was getting my head beat in. Man, shout out to the fam. They know what I love. They had me ready for live, period. But like them kids got to learn. I was getting my head beat in. Went and had crawfish with my 16U group. And I learned a lot about them. I learned who they were as people. That same 16U group got more followers and making more money off Instagram than I can. I'm so happy for them because they changed my life. They made me grow up. So with that being said, sometimes it's not the kids. Sometimes it's the person that's teaching the kids. Are you a victim or are you a victor? It's a two-way street. Like I can't get mad at my kids for not rebounding and boxing out if I'm not at practice showing them how to put their body properly in position for a rebound or boxing out. Like, I can't get mad at kids for not knowing elbows and boxes if we ain't practice elbows and boxes. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have a coaching problem as well. Like, there's no baseline for coaching. And that's just across the board. Like, we gotta figure it out. We gotta be of better service to these kids, because even on the girl side, which and I'm not gonna tread carefully when I say that, it's really too many goddamn men coaching girls basketball. But that's a different can of worms, right? Because I tell people all the time, anybody that take time out their day to wrangle up 8 kids and be in the gym for 4 games on the weekend, salute. But men don't understand emotions well enough with little girls in basketball, and it's becoming more and more evident every year that I do media. Because these little girls are so, like, the anxiety and the anxiousness from the pressure from inside the house, from the coaching, from is y'all gotta find a way to meet them at their level, right? Like, I think you don't have to be the greatest X and O's person to get the most out of the kid. You just gotta meet that kid at that level. And we're not meeting kids at the level that they need to be met. We're assuming that they're high level already, and we just gotta plug and play and they're ready to go. That's not how it works. We gotta get back to the fundamentals. Kids don't really go to camps no more. Like, think about it. Like, they're playing high level AAU, they're not going to camps. So where you used to learn your basic fundamentals, like how to shield the ball from the defender to not get it stolen, they're not learning that when they're first learning basketball. You know what they're learning? Dribble between the legs, shoot this 3-ball. Okay, cool, that's where we at. But you can't get mad when these kids don't got the IQ to match the sauce. And unfortunately, a lot of kids got that sauce and they lack the IQ, girls or boys. So it's a slippery slope. You know, we all to blame. If we gonna point fingers, yeah, I'm to blame just as much, right? Because I got a camera and I put the emphasis on whatever I put the emphasis on. But also, once again, public service announcement. Promote your kids in the comment box. Tell me who went off. Tell me who I should be looking out for. You know, I don't even care what circuit you played on. It ain't even got to be. I know y'all think I'm pro Nike and I'm only, say, man, I do the business that pays me. Plain and simple. What's up, Jayla? You still locked in? How my boys down there doing? How your little cousin doing? I see he got a NBA top one, junior EYBL top 100 invite. Salute. He deserved it. But yeah. But PIE, perception is everything. And that goes for basketball. That goes for parents in the basketball space. Like, what's your perception? Like, because I saw a lot of parents get hired by AAU programs as a lot of different things, and I don't even think y'all are doing y'all jobs. But I ain't come tweet you and say why you ain't doing your job. I made a mental note and I kept it pushing. Because obviously it was money in the budget for you and not for our media company. So I got it. But what y'all bringing to the table? Because I need to know. Because maybe I could get better. Maybe I could do something that I could service whatever I need from y'all. Shout out the Georgia women's staff. They locked in. They tapped in. Appreciate the text message. Like everybody who called me today about this, I really do appreciate it because y'all know the old Gary. And I definitely understand we hold a different position in life now and what we do. So I really appreciate y'all for the wise words and the heeding of the warnings of just not getting caught in some of the social media trappings that we have. Side note, I want to shout out my dog Real, Under the Scope. Man, I worked him to death this weekend, and all he did was just come through for me. And it's hard to find people like that, dog. Like, shout out Mook Visuals, shout out Joso's Photography. We filmed about 45 games collectively this weekend, and I'm nothing without my crew. Anybody that knows me, working with a weekend with me, it's not the easiest. It's not always fun, but when you trying to be professional and put out a product, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and I wouldn't rather do it with nobody else but them. Because when you gotta be solid and you need people to represent your company well, you gotta make good decisions. And I feel like those were the best decisions I could have made this summer to help me cover your kids. So when y'all see them in the gym, tell them what's up. Tell them thank you. Because they got to deal with me being crazy in the group chat, asking why they not on the court on time, why they don't got a picture of the score sheet, and why they didn't tell me somebody had a 30 ball. Like, I know we make it look easy. I know you see the tweets. I know you see the rap captions and be like, man, they don't be doing nothing but taking money. I know. So while I got this platform right here, I just want to tell my people thank you. I wouldn't be nothing without them. So, but yeah, shout out to the people that's tuned in that felt that it was worth watching my face for the last 50 minutes. I really appreciate y'all. And like I say, it's okay to hit the comment box. Let's talk. Like, we here to talk. Like, this is a talking show. Like, y'all always wanna act like we're above y'all, and we're not. And the day I tell y'all, let's talk, it's quiet. It's crickets. Like, let's have a conversation. What would y'all like to see? Hey, Ken Dean, the Indiana Chicago Bears fan. I see your 15U group. I see them. Y'all got some hoopers over there. Show them what it's about, Ken Dean. Hey, that man Ken Dean got a son that's not even in basketball and he coaching. That's what this game mean to some people. He could be at home kicked up. He did what he needed to do. Raised an excellent young man. Shout out to Eric. what he go and do? He went and go and helped 10 more families. Cause them kids can hoop. And you know how I know they can hoop? I tried to get them to be Raptors. But they right where they supposed to be. They right where they supposed to be. And that's what I love. Like, y'all always think if it ain't working out for us, that is, we not messing with it. We not messing with y'all. No. No, not at all. Not at all. Sometimes you got to stand on your own 10. Like, it's going to work out. Like, it's going to work out. But y'all don't want to stand on your own 10. Y'all want to stand on the backs of grown men. And we not doing that. That's not the example we setting for kids. That's not what we doing. Because if that was the case, all those kids y'all let skate by the last 3, 4, 5 years, they really had a chance. Where they at? Y'all see him, y'all just say, what's up? I see him and be like, why you not in the gym? This is something you want to do. You got to be in the gym. If I wasn't doing this show right now, I'd be in the gym. That's what it is. That's why I just shouted out my staff right now, because while I'm with y'all, we working with high profile clientele. But instead of me going, where I should have been, we here for the kids. I'm telling y'all to promote your kids. But y'all want it one way when it's really the other way. And I keep telling y'all, no shortcuts. No shortcuts. You know how long it took for y'all to be fully unanimously behind Skip? It took a long time. And we barely got that done as a collective. But instead of being a collective, we're not going to get nowhere divided. That's not how it works. That's it. I keep trying to tell y'all, the more we come together and have a united front, we can have a difference in opinion. But dog, we got to stop the infighting, got to stop the bickering, got to stop the comparison. I really, and that's the crazy part. Y'all always think it's a Dallas versus Houston, Houston versus San Antonio, Dallas versus whatever. We all got to coincide the same ecosystem. One can't survive without the other. If you cut one off, the other one will die. You don't believe me? Okay, that's cool. Texas is a great place when Houston and Dallas is getting along. That's whether it's on the girl side or the boy side. Right now, for the girl side, Sci-Fair 17s, it's about split, 4-4. You don't hear them bickering. You don't hear them arguing. You know why? Because everybody got D1 scholarship offers. I sat on the bench yesterday and I talked to the OG. I say, Earl, what kid don't got nothing over here? He say, bro, everybody got at least 5+ D1 over here. And it's different on the girl side, respectfully so. But they coincide and they work together. And I've been trying to get y'all to do that on the boys' side for the longest. A good friend called me today. NBA scout. I ain't got to say his name. You know who he is. And he brought up a great point. When Trey Johnson put that Houston Hoops jersey on, not a peep from Dallas. We know what the imaginary lines are. We nobody's, but I'm trying to explain to you, the quicker we come together, the quicker we can beat the rest of the country. But until we do, we're gonna still be where we at. But it is what it is. Iron can't sharpen iron if you in the drawer with some wooden knives, some plastic, some Cutco knives. That ain't the real. How you gonna know how good you are if you ain't with the real? That's with me too. I go to McDonald's every year. I see 30 different cameramen from 30 different states. How I know if I'm good as I say I am if I don't go in there and compete? I don't know, bro. Maybe I get it. I get it. Everybody built different. A lot of y'all not out here trying to hoop to buy your mama a house. Your mama already got a nice house. You come from nice standings. You're not hungry. You can't manufacture hunger. You gotta really want it. That's why when I look at JoJo, that's why JoJo 2-time defensive player of the year. Came from the trenches. That biography documentary is gonna be something. He gonna be able to tell you some stories on draft day. That is not my right to tell. But a lot of y'all come from the water never been turned off. The lights always been on. You ain't never seen no mold on your bread. And that is great. We all aspire to raise our kids in a better situation than we were raised in. But because of that, that's why you don't have the fire for basketball or whatever sport that you want to do. That's why you don't have the passion for it, because you ain't got to get out of nowhere. It's cool. You can live with your mama till you're 20, 25. They're not gonna mind it because your parents raised great kids. And it's nothing wrong with raising great kids. But unfortunately, I'm not in the business of sending great kids to college. I'm in the business of sending elite athletes to elite athlete schools and institutions. See how the business model changes right there? And sometimes y'all don't understand. You just have a great kid at home who happens to be 6'5", who can dunk a basketball. That don't mean he deserved to be D1 JUCO, D2, BNIE. Sometimes that just means he's going to be a tall engineer. There's nothing wrong with that, dog. I've been trying to get these kids to realize it's a lot more other than basketball. Maybe one day y'all will too. Until then, we here. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to be mad at me the next 5, 6, 7 years. Oh, Gary hated on my kid, didn't pub my kid. That's cool. But you know what? My kids ain't going to be dependent on basketball. He could play it. That's cool. By no means necessary is Grayson dependent on going to the league, because he ain't got to get me, my mama, my daddy, or nothing out the hood at all. I just want him to go get a degree and go have fun in whatever he doing in life and be a productive human. And some of y'all don't tell y'all kids that. Like, dog. I talked to college coaches this weekend. That portal exposes how bad of a human being y'all really are. Like, some of the things y'all let y'all kids say to grown-ups who paid them good money, not only the opportunity to play hoopity hoops, but gave them good money and gave them endorsement deals. And there's no way I'm letting my 16-year-old, 17, 18. If Grayson ever told, let me find a coach that, if Grayson told Bruce Glover, oh, I'm finna transfer out of here. You ain't giving me the ball enough. That's one thing. But if Grayson told Bruce Glover, yeah, I've been looking to get up out of here because this shit y'all doing is bad, I'ma beat Grayson up in the office with Bruce Glover right there watching. Cause it ain't no way. It don't cost you nothing to raise a great human being. Just a little time. Some hugs, some kisses. Let them know they love. I talk to y'all kids a lot, dog. Like, and I keep it very respectful. Like, I tell them it's none of my business. You know, I let them know, like, hey, it's a safe space. I saw a #1 pick on Bourbon. I take that back. She gonna be a lotto pick. I saw a lotto pick on Bourbon this weekend. Wasn't in there trying to blow her spot up. You know what I told her? I said, if anybody bother you, we gonna tear the roof off behind you. And she was like, all right, and called it a day. Bro, you gotta protect these kids, bro, because y'all not doing a good job when they get ready to go to college because y'all coddled them so much. They don't know how to make it by themselves. And that's just the reality of it. Nobody should have to babysit a college kid, especially a college kid that's making 6 figures, high 5 figures, low 6 figures. Shouldn't have to. But that's the bigger picture of everything. Like, you get in what you put out. Dang, is your kid producing? Well, are you pouring into your kid to get production? And when I say pouring into your kid, y'all think it's just dropping them off at the trainer and calling it a day. No, it's a lot. If you wanna have an elite athlete in your house, it starts with habits, your food habits, your training habits, your sleeping habits. Like, there's no way, like, if my kid wants to be an elite athlete, we're ever going to Chick-fil-A. That's not how the human body works. Like, I mean, y'all say y'all serious about it, but you show me every day that y'all only serious to a certain extent. So that's why I say y'all front runners, because, like, when I was growing up, when we were talking about Serena Williams and all that, it sounded crazy. But I went to school with people who had personal tennis trainers who were getting up at 5 in the morning. And we talking about early 2000. I didn't even know what elite youth athletics was because I was a youth myself. Now that there's a wealth of information and all this specialized this, that, and the other, you could kind of see why other kids have an advantage. They do the things that puts their kid in a better position to compete and compete on a consistent basis. They may not be more talented, but sometimes some kids fall in love with the process. Any kid that I get up and record at 6 in the morning, or that can get up at 6 in the morning and get in the gym, I have a tremendous amount of respect for it, because that means you want it. Like, I don't want to get up at 6 in the morning, but you here, I'm here. I was up at 6 in the morning today after getting off the road at 2 in the morning in New Orleans. Like, I don't say things so you can feel bad for us. Just letting you know what it takes for the grind. I ain't gonna never preach about something that I ain't gonna do. And I've been in the gym with your kids. I done been in the gym with high-level athletes. I done been in the gym with people who faking the funk. But I'm there. I'm there for a job. And there's a difference. But one thing I have learned, kids that want it are in the gym. Shout out Ben Perkins for teaching me that. Told me a long time ago, Gary, you wanna make something of yourself in this industry, you gotta make yourself available. and you're not a morning person, but you got to make yourself available in the mornings. He told me that one time. I've been a get up in the morning recording basketball person ever since. So yeah, it is what it is. Like, I could give you a rule book. I could give you a play-by-play on, hey, okay, you want to raise an elite youth athlete. Okay, you probably need to go get a yoga instructor. You probably need a strength and conditioning coach, and you probably need a nutritionist. A lot of families don't got an extra $15,000 for specialized. I understand that. I will never judge you for that. You got to get it how you live. That don't necessarily guarantee you an elite athlete in your household. But there's certain things that do. Like, and that's the nature of the business we in. So any questions? Nothing? We don't got nothing? Nothing in the chat box? Nothing? Nothing. Nada. Nathan. Let me see if y'all text me something on the low. No texts? Nothing. That's crazy. I'm here trying to be a man of the people, and the people ain't. Nah, I'm not saying the people ain't talking. I guess we just at a peaceful point now, because y'all get where we come from. Like, you know, every cameraman is not a cameraman. I'm not always a cameraman. Doug is an elite level scout. The fact that he's writing articles on top of it, that's how a lot of us broke into this game. They used to write articles for Prep Hoops. I used to write articles for Extra Eyes Media because I didn't have a camera and I was just using the iPad Pro. I was pulling up the foul ball, writing articles. Like, dog, we all have some of. Shout out Andrew Phipps. That's who I need to shout out to. Andrew Phipps is the closest thing we got to an NBA GM in this grassroots scouts that's in our neck of the woods right now. And y'all don't even rock with my man Andrew like y'all should. And Andrew got the complexion for the protection. He does a great job. Great job. Once again, shout out Turf and Court Films. He got all of South Dallas covered over there. Waller, Conroe, Grand Oaks, all of that. Does a great job. Him and his two-man crew. They do a great job. It's a lot of people out here that I shout out Who for Life. Matter of fact, I'm a shout out to some people that I like. And if I don't shout you out, I probably don't like you. But I'm just going to say, charge it to my heart, not my head. Shout out Who for Life. Went to Soho. Went to Pearland. Did great work on the east side over there. Southeast side over there. Where my man Who for Life Flowers at? Huh? Great work. We all got to work in unison, man. Who else? Who else am I missing? Archie been feeding the streets. Let me give y'all a little, I'm going to go on a little tangent. I don't think a lot of people in this chat know that Archie was original Extra Eyes before I was. I don't even think a lot of y'all know that. I'm putting on my socks. My feet are cold. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm anemic. You know, I have those problems if you cared. He was original Extra Eyes before me. Archie had the VHS cam. Archie was out here really putting it down. Then he went to take over. He ran the show. Did a great job promoting those kids. Then linked up with RCS. They run the city and they run the events. They've been consistent the last 5 years. Consistency matters. Shout out that boy Archie. And I like whatever y'all might think, we all have collaborated at one time or another. We all have different views and goals for ourselves. We all want to do different things. So like we may not work together as much now. We all were in the trenches together. Archie was writing for Prep Hoops. Like we all was doing the same basketball, bro. Like, who else am I missing? Shout out Amir. She did great work over there at Shadow Creek. Bryce Jackson and Mike Collins, great documentary work at the High Tower with Bryce. Who else we got? That I enjoy watching y'all work. Shout out that boy, Mr. Jordan. He be pissing me off sometimes, but that's a different story because that has nothing to do with nothing. Because he does great work and he be refereeing y'all kids. He got a whole job. Great job. He referee y'all kids and take pictures of y'all kids. And he do graduation photos. Come on now. Most of my people, my creators, we can't live off the pennies we get from y'all, dog. We gotta go to 9 to 5. Mentioning 9 to 5. Shout out Left. Shout out JT. My slime, my dog, holding the hoops down. Y'all see it? She the only one on EYBL. Girl. Hoops. Texas. And y'all be playing with her money. That's crazy. Like, dog, we outside. Like, we all do things. We all have different roles. We all... That's why media, you can't just clump us all into one little box. Like, it's contagious. It's, we're hybrid. At least if you're going to call it something, just say hybrid. Because you've never seen it before. Stephen A. Smith don't pick up no camera. He be on TV. He better than me on TV. He ain't better than me on that camera. But we still both media. So it's really like you can't compete because that's not a fair competition. So that's why, like, when y'all be saying media, first of all, it's only like 6 or 7 of us. If you sit at home and got a 9 to 5, but you got to pay to get into an event with a wristband, you not media. You just somebody that like basketball. Like, what don't register with we email. Oh man. Oh, let me take my glasses off. Man, Toe, I seen the interchange you had on Twitter, bro. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. Ugly Toe taught me everything I needed to know about shooting because he used to shoot my 16U team. Toe been working since working been working, dog. And to see my boy had to pay $40 to be media, that's crazy. And then for somebody to tell him, not somebody, y'all saw the interchange. I just don't want to say his name because I got a tremendous amount of respect for him. I just felt that the OG was wrong right there because I was there for the pandemic. one of his star players probably wouldn't be where they was at if it wasn't for us shooting cameras in the pandemic, dog. So to say that social media and the mixtape cameramen didn't help them kids get NIL money is kind of a far-fetched stretch, but like I say, I understand difference of opinions, but y'all could think y'all could start charging us $40 to come into a game. Y'all could think that's cooking. Mess around and find out. You'll figure it out real soon. Every year, y'all get to talking about, oh, they come to our event for free and make money off. We don't say nothing about y'all getting y'all money. Why? We don't never pocket watch y'all, but y'all steady be in the cameraman pocket. I don't want to hear nobody who make money off selling a college packet about getting in the event for free. You should have accounted for that in that $550 college packet for free media, bro. And let's just be honest. Y'all don't do a good job vetting the media, so that's why you don't know. So that's why y'all want to do things like that. Y'all not really tapped in. Don't mess around and lose an event because you thought you was being slick and getting over, and then now you got no promo. Don't turn yourself into primetime nationals, brother. So y'all can think y'all cooking with that. Y'all don't understand what an ecosystem is. Just like basketball need basketball rims and nets, kind of need cameramen at the AAU games. Because if you say we not important, then why is the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, and the UFC all fighting to get bigger media deals? You see the word I used there? Media deals, media rights. What are media rights? IPO, intellectual property. Who owns the media rights? The media companies. Damn, what I own, what my peoples own, what we all own, media companies. Y'all don't miss nothing. Y'all don't miss nothing. That is hilarious. But I'm trying to connect the dots to what y'all fail to realize. Like, if media companies need to be here, I think media needs to be in the AAU. I think they go hand in hand. That's just me. If you think I'm wrong, let me know. Who is Jay Mims? You gotta say a handle or something. No disrespect, Jay Mims. No disrespect. I just don't. We in a business where government names not used a lot. We use social media handles. My bad, dog. But yeah. So when we talk about media deals, the WNBA media deal is stupid crazy. You know how I know? Because the collective bargaining agreement had enough money to give retired WNBA players money. Where that money come from? It don't come out of thin air. It didn't come from the clubs. Some of those clubs don't even exist no more. They're new franchises. Okay. I thought that was my boy Calvin, but okay, shout out Jay Mims. But yeah, like, I just want y'all to connect the pieces. So if you think as an event operator, you gonna charge the media to get in, you really just being lazy, dog. Just go look at there's got to be some semblance of understanding. I believe in using logos. I'm respectful. Now, Like, I get it. I used to come to y'all stuff, not use a logo, not tag. I feel you. I could talk to my people about that. We could get on one accord. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all every time. When I hit Sloan and I don't do the proper, hey, Sloan, I'm coming, and I got a random worker for me coming, I tell my worker, introduce yourself to Sloan, and you take about 6, 7 pictures of him because you at his event. And he ain't got to let you in because you not me. You don't shoot as good as me. You don't do what I do because I go overboard when I'm hired. You hire me for a video, you might catch a video, a mix, and 70 pictures. I'm good at what I do, dog. But at the same time, there's a give and take in this relationship, and I understand. But I don't accuse and critique the event operators for not having media for their own event. So it's a slippery slope. But it's a slope that doesn't have to be like that because we can all get on one accord if we be united. There go that word again, united. But we so fractured and so everywhere. Like, dog, it's so crazy. Like, it got tiring the last 2-3 years having to go to split events and all of that. And now the city is finally healing. It's finally rectifying. We finally got events that's not on the same dates. Like, we getting closer, but as soon as we take 2 steps forward, it go 1 step back. And we can't be like that, dog. We gotta tighten some things up. We not one thing. Hey, Elton Thompson. Hey, send that to HISD. Because it's the same ecosystem. Yes, do I believe that at the beginning of the year, you should go up there with your license, just like you checking into a school campus to get a Forever Media credential for the season? Yes. But because there's no unified front and there's nobody that's willing to go sit with an AD, that's willing to go talk on behalf of, we're not going to never get that. That's why you didn't see me at Katy one game this year. I might have been there at one game. But for the most, and the good people of Seven Lakes love me over there, but business is business. If I can't get in and record, I'm not going to the game to just watch. He don't hear you. You know why? He taking the money from the big companies and don't care about the independent companies that also helps expand the brand. Don't get me wrong, money talks and BS walks. I get it. That's why my good friends at Vite, Ray Meach, A1 does a great job. Shout him out. Shout out my guy Alex Vite. He does great work for y'all kids. Salute him. But yeah, like, I get it. You got to take the money. We not taking no money from them. We did. They done re-upped and figured it out and made more money off of us. So it's a working ecosystem. It's enough for everybody to eat. But for some reason, we are always persona non grata. And that's Latin for public enemy number 1. That's what we are. So that's why, like, it ain't a bunch of smiles and handshakes, because we go to state, we cover those HISD teams like we've been covering them all year, and can't get into one game on that camp, on them facilities. You can't tell me I can't go into Bel Air and record. You go tell Jesus that. You can't tell me that. But shout out to the brand. Anyway, how can we promote these kids when there's so many roadblocks? Like, but also let me bring this up. I wonder what the Jacksonville media doing right now. I wonder what the media doing right now. The Memphis media. It's so much eyes on Houston and what we got going in Texas. I just want y'all to remember, as my great friend Robert Hatter like to say, it ain't too many places where you could go get breaking news, updated stories, information on high school kids in football and basketball. You could go to California, you could go to Arizona, you could go to Florida. New York does a great job. Chicago is in that mix. Indiana is a great hoop state. But y'all act like it's 17, 18 different podcasts y'all go listen to, and we doing the worst job out of all 18. Who else talking about? Like, send me the link of the people talking about y'all kids on the show, on the gram, and on Twitter. Like, dog, what else y'all want from us? They put out the AAU rankings every week. Y'all get mad, don't like it, that's cool. Go win games. That's all you gotta do. Win games. Hey, let's go back to this. It's a glaring oversight on the difference, because how many of y'all are aware that Dallas gives sports entities tax credits when they hold events and they build things in the Dallas city limits? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that buildings become cheaper, land becomes cheaper, But in Houston, it don't. You got to pay that premium. Also, did you know, flying-wise, Dallas is the most accessible place in the country, with no flight being over 4.5 hours, for the most part. So, like, I hate the comparison, but I tell y'all all the time, we got to work together. Y'all love to say we run up to Dallas and go cover. Well, bro, sorry. Money, it takes money to do things in Houston. Right now, I be wanting a gym to do basketball things in with my kids. You can't get no gym in Houston. But every time I look up, it's all kind of viral things going on in Houston gyms. I think that's crazy. But, I can always go into Jurassic Park, because Bobby gonna open up that gym whenever, if we needed to get. I called him on a Friday and said Nike needed to be there on a Saturday. Bobby had all 4 teams in there. But when it's time to work with people, y'all want us to do all the work with y'all and don't want to share no resources. That's cool too. You get in what you put out. Shout out my guy PJ Coolsey, fellow Southsider, fellow like-minded individual. Y'all hated him too. That's cool. Look what he done. My man bought winning back to Wichita State. Brought some kids from the city to Wichita State. He gonna F around and get a burger boy out of Cool's Elite, which is crazy. Crazy. But he this close. And not one time have y'all said that boy PJ really got it out the mud. You know why? Because he ain't helping your kid. Because he ain't sending them offers to your program. Why would he? Why would he? When he was out here grinding, y'all didn't try to help when he was building legacy. Y'all was trying to take and see what y'all could get out. But he got the bigger picture and the bigger vision, and that's why he over there where he at. We gotta do better, dog. As a community, we gotta do better because we saw PJ do it from the pandemic till now. See what happened when you got a good, strong support system? Shout out Miss Carrie at Legacy. You hear all the rumblings, hear all the, like naysayers, but at the end of the day, PJ was a diamond in the gold mine. And when that young man walked on that U of H football field, Legacy School of Sports Sciences will have had something to say about that. And that's vision. Those were the first signs of what you can really be if you really backed and you really came together. PJ got all those kids to come play together. Pissed off a lot of people. That's cool. Sometimes you got to piss people off to achieve your dreams and achieve your goals. But instead, we focus on the wrong things. Put my glasses back on so I can stop squinting. But yeah, once again, public service announcement. If you want to promo your kids, put them in the chat box. Let me know who went off. Let me know who went good, who did good. And even if it don't show, and this is a perfect time to talk about the kids where it may not show up on film, but they contribute to winning. I love finding kids that contribute to winning, but y'all don't talk about that. But then y'all want to talk about when I talk about scoring. Hey, man, needle movers. You either are a needle mover or you're not. And sometimes it's hard to swallow when you figure out that maybe my guy isn't that needle mover. But that's okay, because basketball got multiple positions that need multiple jobs. There's nothing wrong with being a utility player. 90% of the 1% that do make the league, utility players. Everybody can't be a star, dog. And the quicker we realize that, the better off we could probably get some kids into the league that's going to be 7-8 year veterans, get a good pension, change their family dynamic, and be better productive citizens of the community. Right now, y'all just want to go get the bag and say you got some NIL money off Shawty and go buy a Range Rover. That's cool. If that's what the dream is. But where's the bigger picture? Like, y'all never ask yourself why these kids don't ever come back to their AAU programs and watch basketball games and chill out with their AAU programs? They do it on the girls' side. This weekend, I saw Jada Williams. I saw Shakai. It was a lot of girls that came back that was looking out for their girls' teams that they played with last year. On the boys' side, I see it. Tyron Stokes, AJ. They retired AJ DeBemster jersey over there. That's crazy. Especially since he played with Expressions first. But yeah, y'all never wonder why. Now, that don't mean the Raptors don't hang out with each other, because I see all my old Raptors all the time. But you ever wonder why the EYBL kids and the circuit kids never go back and hang out with the circuit people? I could tell you why, but I just want you to just think about that, dog. You ever notice why nobody donates money back to these circuit programs? Aaliyah Chavez is about to give Cy-Fair brand new Kobe's. You heard it here first. They ain't got them yet, but they finna get them. They ain't doing that on the boys' side, dog. Shout out AB. Shout out Anthony Black. He pull up. He showed love. He didn't play for the Anthony Black Elite, though, but it is what it is. All right, Braylon Hall, you on the clock. Baytown Lee. Oh, okay. And Bayou City Select AAU. He been turning up. Man, what's Braylon Hall socials? Go ahead and put that on here in case a coach watching and want to follow him and track his progress. Because we got TABC coming up. Y'all done got that live period with your AAU team off. Now it's time to get back with your high school team and see how you do then. Appreciate you, Elton Thompson. You the only second person after Marco that done talked about a kid on here. And this is a show where we promote kids. But I guarantee you it's going to be 17 AAU coaches and 4 AAU directors saying we don't love their kids come TABC time. But yeah. Are y'all looking forward to TABC? I know the price is gonna be high, the hotel's gonna be high because of the World Cup. We could all Airbnb a mansion, sleep on the floor. Big old family bonding. I would be down. We could shoot like one big live episode of Shot Clock 30. We could have a ball. But y'all let me know. I don't know if I'm going to TABC girls. I think I got a schedule conflict. I gotta see. But they're in good hands because basketball in Texas for girls is in a special, special place right now. Shout out Mackenzie and Celeste Jackson. 2 parts of the Jackson 5. Coach Thompson, you just type in his @ name because the link doesn't show up in the comment box. And real nerds would have to copy and paste that off the screen to put that into the browser. We don't want to make it that hard for them. If it's Lil Ray from the 234, it's cool. Put that in there. That's just what it is. We not bougie. We not bougie at all. Hey, at the hour and a half mark, I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. From deep down bottom in my heart, I greatly appreciate y'all. You know, once again, Shot Clock 30 wouldn't be nothing without the viewers, the viewerships, the relationships, because that matters. You know. Shout out my boy G-Day. And if y'all, in case y'all wanted to know where he was, he doing the Lord's work, man. Because we care about kids so much. I came from a pre-K graduation. I was scouting. There's some height in the pre-K class. Girl side and the boy side. And G-Day is at the award ceremony too. So, hey, we do what we got to do for the fam. I want y'all to take time, pray for Mama Doug, Mama Jones. Don't ask why, just pray. Shout out my boy Doug. I appreciate y'all for showing Doug's event so much love. Y'all really pulled up and was hooping. I love that. I'm telling y'all, we close to healing. The city is close to healing itself. There's some stuff we gotta clean up. There's some stuff we gotta tighten up, but we almost back to where we was at. We almost back. We praying for Mama Jones. Yes, we are. Sometimes things are bigger than basketball. I tell y'all all the time, you don't know what nobody going through. But yeah. Nobody else in the comment that want to promote no kids? Nobody want to tell me who hooping? Nothing? I saw some names that you know what? Let's go to the mentions. Y'all in the mentions. That's one thing y'all will be in the mentions. Oh, found my boy Tavon. Tavon had 23 verse Lone Star Select, 24 verse Manatee Thunder, 22 verse WGS, and 27 verse the 412 Ambassadors. Look like Tavon balling. And I just tweeted him back. He live. Because to be honest, it'd be so hard for me to be on Twitter and be present to do the work that I need to do. But apparently we was outside today. Champ Hayden. Oh, Champ, you in JUCO, brother. Oh wait, you in the JUCO showcase. Okay, cool. Champ Hayden, D2 to JUCO, 3.7 GPA, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Came back after he popped his shoulder in conference play. He hooping. Shout out Southern Assault 15s. I see Vonzel. Oh, Vonzel got something on the 15s? I didn't know Vonzel was coaching 15s. Sorry, I was looking at my mentions, trying to help who I can, man, because apparently I got all the power and I'm holding it to myself. I need to just spread love the New York way, right? Ain't that what Biggie say? Can y'all give me a score update? Who winning the game? Nobody can tell me. I know Rob watching the Spurs right now. That's his religion. So we're not gonna bother Rob, but it's cool. What are y'all looking forward to? I know the kids are getting out this weekend, and we got Memorial Day coming up. Y'all hopping on the grill? Y'all got some Gordon Ramsay in you or nah? Oh, we outside playing basketball next weekend. I was thinking about going to Kansas City for EYBL. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Gas $4 a gallon. Some tough decisions got to be made. I know my people gonna hold it down though, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Where y'all gonna be at for Memorial Day? Invite me. I want to come to all those day parties y'all be having when I be in the gym. Yeah, I want to invite me because I'm not. Oh, here we go. Okay, that's a good ad name. Blessed by Bray. That's cool. Hey, coaches, y'all go check out Blessed by Bray. Baytown, Braylon Hall, from Baytown Lee High School. We just trying to shout out kids, man. Trying to put people on where we can. Also, and this is the tricky thing about doing stuff like this, some kids I've never seen in person with my own 2 eyes. I try not to talk about kids that I've never seen in person because, you know, the first time you see them, they look like the best thing since sliced bread. But it's a reason why if somebody got to watch them a bunch of times in their region, they are what they are. Like, yeah, could a kid in another region help a coach in our region? Yeah, at a different position. It's never at the guard position. A coach is not going to go get a guard from 4,000 miles away when he can go get one out of his backyard any day. Like, and it's a lot of y'all that are 27s, 26s that play the guard position. It's not a bunch of room for y'all. I hate to tell y'all that. Like, especially if you 6 foot and below, it's equally as hard. I'm not going to never say you can never play basketball. I'm not going to say you're not going to be good. I just want to let y'all know that 6 foots sub 6 foot guards, which we tend to fall in love with early in Houston. It's really, really hard, dog. And right now, the best sub 6 foot guard that I can just think of off my head right now, Madden Hill. That's a guy. He's a guy. It's hard though. I don't even know what Madden Hill's recruitment is, but I know as good as he is with his quick first step, he can shoot the ball at a high clip, and he's athletic. And I still don't believe his recruitment is matching what his skill set is, but I can guarantee you his questions probably surrounding his height. I can't say that for sure because I don't even talk to nobody about his recruitment like that. But if we're just, and I hate using kids because I don't never want it to come off the wrong way. I hate name dropping kids. And when I do name drop kids, I try to name drop, star kids that perfect. Here go another comp. Michael Brown. Michael Brown was close to Madden Hill's size when we were going into Border League in Vegas. And then he caught a growth spurt and he sprouted up. Christian Anderson, when he lit us up playing against the hoops at EYBL, Christian Anderson was no bigger than Justin Begg at that time. They had to hide him on defense because he was so small and so dainty. Got the tech, he got bigger. So I never want to say what you can and can't be because kids that can play basketball at a high level and can do high level things, they find a way somehow. It's just you just need that one coach to believe in you. But with all that being said, you gotta know what you're fighting for, right? If you're fighting for a kid and you're telling me, hey, this kid is good, well then I'm gonna start asking questions. What position? You are what you can guard. So if you want to play the 2, but you can't guard a 2, you're not a 2. I didn't make the rules. That's what college operates and abides by. So I'm just telling you what it is from their standpoint. You are what you can guard at the next level. And you could take it for a grain of salt or not, but what are we promoting? When Sloan says Lil Skip is a top 3-point guard in the country, he's already ticked off the metrics, the measurements, everything. Y'all gotta start pointing out okay, did a kid that was 16 years old go play 17s and do well? Probably not in the upper echelon of elite. If your kid is playing his age group and is not on the top 5 to 7 names on the EYBL, Adidas 3SSB, UA, Rise leaderboards, they're not that good. I tell all my point guards, and you can ask Justin Begg this, because he was the first one. Anthony Bates was the second one I told this. If you're not averaging 9 to 10 assists a game at EYBL, that's not a D1 point guard. That's not nothing I made up. If you go look at the leaders of assists and you go look at the colleges that they committed to at the EYBL, at least 95% are D1. And we're just talking assists. We're not talking assist to turnover ratio. We're not talking points. If you average 10 assists, shout out Xavier Wheeler. That's who I originally figured it out about watching him play 3SSB. Shout out Rossi. We used to sneak into Adidas, and he used to give us no problems. He respected the hustle, respected the grind. He didn't try to big man us, big boss us. Shout out him. Shout out Hoop Group. But yeah, 10 assists a game. I go and look at the EYBL leaderboard now. Y'all be having 4.6 assists. Y'all crazy. Talk to him, Marco. Because Juice is what? Like, when we get to talking about kids with a nickname, they can play basketball. They can play, like, and I hate to use Juice as this example, but I could use this example because just like Marco coached Juice, Juice was in Jurassic Park. We get it. Has Juice grown this summer, Marco? Because the questions with Juice is not his basketball game. It's going to most likely just be his size and maybe his outside shooting. But other than that, he got the goods. He got the goods. He next up. As if we talking about in that point guard realm, but at the same time, last time I saw Juice, he was 5'9", 5'10". So that's what makes it hard, right? And we talked about that metrics. Sometimes basketball is not fair, dog. I don't make the rules. I just try to help you interpret them the best way I know possible. And basketball is not fair. There's a lot of kids that I feel, we could go back to this name again, Addie Beverly. I feel like her game is so great for the SWAT, the MEAC, but she has Rice grades. She wants to be an engineer. Rice told me straight up to my face, she undersized. My 2 guard is 2 inches taller than her. I can't argue with that. That's God's genetics. I can't argue with that. I'm arguing, can she play? Yes. Can she move? Yes. Is she great on defense and a talker? Yes. She's short 2 to 3 inches. Sometimes life ain't fair, dog. So, yeah. Juice gonna be okay, though. Because Juice, he ain't got a race to be first early. It's all about where you finish at the end of the race. But when we talk about promoting kids and getting kids to places, it's levels, right? And when I talk levels, I don't even talk coaching schemes and what teams like to run, right? That's a different type of nuance that I'm not even interested in getting into. But with that being said, I know that Rice, even on the men's side, that 4-man that comes off the bench, me and him the same height. He just a lot more swole than me. And if you don't believe me, go look at Rice's roster. I just can't remember his name right now. But when that star guy comes off the bench, off the floor, and they got to put in the 3-4 man, that's a tweener. Yeah. Shout out Tammy Weiss, coach of Florida. I met her this weekend. I could have this conversation, and I only had this one conversation with her. We talked about tweeners. I told her Rice hurt my feelings. I said, my girl can hoop. And she was like, 2 sides to a story. Let me give you some perspective, Gary. I love a tweener because they could get in there and do that dirty work, but they got to guard. They got to front the post. They got to be willing to scrap. They got to be strong lower body. I say, you're right, coach. I definitely believe you. I definitely understand that. You bring up great points. That's the only way you can take a tweener is if they're doing the little things at a very, very high level. So when she broke it down to me like that, did I get in my feelings and say, fuck Rice? No, I did not. Because me and the great people at Tudor Fieldhouse are on great terms, girls and boys. I said to myself, I gotta get better when I'm promoting a kid to certain schools. That's the accountability I hold myself on. You ain't gotta hold yourself to that. But when you realize that you might go about things the wrong way, you change the way you go about them. So I know she could go to sweat me at. I done seen it. Did I bite off more than I could chew with rice? Maybe so. But also, it's a double-edged sword. Rice, and not just rice. Let's just talk about in-state schools. In-state schools want to keep in-state kids, but don't realize why it's hard. You got to show other kids you're willing to keep a kid that normally you wouldn't. And Rice Men did that. They did a great job. I think Evan Cochran is poised to make some sounds this year. Shout out Evan Cochran, came from the Village, private school kid. I think it's gonna translate, and he's gonna have a great second year of college, in my personal opinion. But yeah, like, so when we talk about recruiting kids and sending them to levels, and just like I could talk about Byron. I knew what Byron was good at and what Byron wasn't great at. I ain't never go to U of H and say, hey, you should go holler at Byron Bibbs. I did go to Robert Byrd and say, hey, this kid right here is a great talent, but I don't know how to manage it and get him to focus on the right things in basketball. And Coach Byrd helped me out. And guess what Byron is? With another great coach from Coach Bird's coaching tree, Coach Pagan. Guess what Coach Pagan used to coach at? At Cools. Guess who runs Cools? PJ Coolsey. Man, crazy how relationships work. And that wasn't even a relationship thing. That's Bobby Benjamin working hard for Raptor kids day and night and making sure that Byron Bibbs has somewhere to play basketball, because he's a talent that not everybody in the city got behind. And that's cool. We not complaining. We not crying. We ain't saying the city not behind us is favorite. No, I told Byron, you got to go work. You want it, go take it. And that's how it go. That go with any kid. If you want something and you feel like we ain't giving you the regular, go take it. All this weekend, little 14, 13-year-old girls was running up on me, charging me. You said you was coming to my game. Where you was at? I respect that. You know why? They hold me to a standard. They hold me accountable. They hold me to not saying no BS and just saying anything to them. Because at the end of the day, kids remember. Like an elephant. Which goes back to the name of the show, PIE. Perception is everything. Y'all get in the car and talk so bad about us. Y'all kids think we hate them. Then I gotta go in the gym and explain to a kid, hey, I don't dislike your game. I don't dislike what you do. But I'm paid to be here by somebody else, and I'm on somebody else's dollar. I'm sorry. You may not like it, but that's me being transparent. Because them little girls on the girls' side be looking at me like, dang, mister, where's my pictures? Where's my video? And they have no concept of how business works because they're 13. They still trying to figure out makeup. So I don't never get mad at kids for not understanding how grown folks work. But the grown folks do us so dirty, now the kids mean mugging us on the baseline. What did I do? I just got a camera. But I seen the trickle down. You know what was really hard? it don't bother me now because I'm better at my craft. But I was working for somebody that called my stuff trash every day. But I was the only one recording his son. And that shit hurt. But that was water under the bridge now because I'm really good at what I do. And I had to hold that. I had to get better. But you can't call my shit trash no more. That's the beauty of it. You keep working long enough, you keep working hard enough, something gotta give, dog. Something gotta give. Like, it's a parent right now that know that they can't say nothing to me because they done talk so crazy to me. There's no coming back from that at all. I'm still cool with that kid. They can't say hi. Cause they done talked about me so bad, they afraid to be two-faced in front of their kid. Cause their kid gonna be like, damn, mama, you hate Mr. Gary. You told me you hate Mr. Gary. Why you give him a hug at the gym? Yeah. But we moved though. We moved. And y'all tell us we don't got a right to be emotional. We don't got a right to be in our feelings. That's cool. We don't. So I get these pictures off in these gyms with these rap quotes, man, because y'all not going to spoil my fun. I actually love what I do. Every day I wake up. Like, I enjoy what I do. It's a blessing what I do. I told my granny 5 years ago I go into gyms and record kids. She thought I was the craziest person in the world. 5 years later, my granny see me on TV. You know why? Because I graduated the Joe Gleason School of Media and Technology. Because y'all get on that Twitter and that internet, y'all don't never say thank you to Mr. Gleason. Mr. Gleason don't get paid off a mixtape, an interview, nothing. But because you think he work at ABC 13, he gotta come cover you. In case y'all ain't noticed, let me sit up for this. They firing whole sports media departments. Channel 2 don't even got nobody in the streets for high school basketball. They fired Ari. They got rid of him. Inside High School Sports, Jonathan Poorman does a great job. You know why he got to do more? They threatened to cut the budget over there. But meanwhile, y'all, Mr. Gleason out here covering wrestling, soccer, football, basketball, girls and boys, track. Y'all don't even say thank you. We are in a business where the people matter in the business. And when I say the people, I mean the athlete. If the athlete isn't at its prime condition, we have no business. And we're in a business where thank you is probably one of the easiest things to say. And y'all don't even do that. But we talk about media. They get rid of media newsrooms. Whole staffs are getting demolished. And some of these people, all they had was the media and the sports department of their company. They don't know how to work all this social technology by themselves because they had the power of the machine. Now they don't even got that. They don't even own what they didn't put their work into. And one thing I told G-Day and Rob a long time ago, we own all of this. Ain't no middleman, ain't nothing. We own all the content. We own the signal. We own all of that. Because if you don't have ownership, then what do you got? Intellectual property is a real thing. And every day, I watched somebody steal G-Day creative license the other day. I watched boys subscribe to something, steal the sauce, and put the sauce out like they originated it, and the sauce still wasn't hidden. We could have got on here and cried about it, could have added them, could have cursed them out. We doing something right. Because y'all mad. Why you mad at us? I remember when boys were shooting shows at the same time slot. And I told Robin G-Day, don't worry. All we got to do is show up every day. Where they at now? Shout out Mike Timmons. In case y'all wanted to know, Mike Timmons taught me a lot. Mike Timmons gave me a card at EYBL. Mike Timmons saved my life. I didn't even know what I was doing, and I was recording high-level basketball. Mike saved my life. Mike got a pro in the league. If you want to be anything, be like Mike Timmons. I film hoopers. He's a great example of what media is supposed to be. Unbiased, resourceful, informative, great work, and reliable. Be like Mike Timmons. Shout out Cason Wallace. Mike got a pro, and he don't go around acting no type of way. Y'all don't even got a half a D2, and y'all be acting like y'all the best handler in the world, like y'all Clutch Sports. Everything's so secretive in Houston. Everybody got an agent. Dang, that's crazy. Because when I was in the gym recording y'all airballing free throws, where was the agent then? I just don't get it. Like, you know, I don't want y'all to think we're talking down about the decisions you're making. Because granted, some of y'all have special gifted athletes that you need to bring in a team and a crew to help y'all manage the generational wealth that y'all are receiving right now. Some of y'all are putting the cart before the horse. I think that's what my granny used to say. The milk before the cow, something like that. Y'all got to hoop first before y'all have an agent. Like, right now, who averaged more than 12 points on their respective circuit as a kid? Put it in the box right now. You're a handler, you're a mover, you got a kid that you love, whatever. If they averaging more than 12 points per game on their respective circuit right now, put it in the box. "12 points a game is very, very hard in elite youth athletics. But y'all be walking around talking like it's kids out here getting that and we just simply ignoring them. Ain't nobody averaging 12 a game on the top circuits. You know how I know? Because I be up at 3 o'clock in the morning looking at the boxes. I'm a student of the game. That's what I do. When I'm not there, I go and look and I say, that's crazy. 22.8 points per game. He must be taking all the shots. Then I go and record the game, and then I say, oh, I see why. It's 22.8 points a game on 17 shots taken. Y'all don't see the correlation in the box score. I see these kids take 15, 16, 17 shots plus 4, 7, 8 free throws just to get 19 points. And then y'all will put the video up and it'll be like, such and such goes off for 38. Yeah. I could get 38 if you get me the ball 38 times and I could figure it out. Like when we talking about needle movers, as a guard, you need to be a needle mover on the assist. If you a wing, you need to be either a needle mover on dunks, three-pointers, and defense. If you a big, you need to be a needle mover on the rim protection, rebounds, dunks, and blocks. Why are we getting away from what basketball really is? Basketball is the simplest sport that is made harder by humans. If a kid can rebound and he can rebound really good, I got a good shot at winning some games with a good rebounder. A la Chris Sinak. He gonna go high in the draft off potential just because he showed he could rebound and play at U of H. Ain't nobody say he shoot the 3-ball well. It's potential there. Nobody is drafting Chris Sinak because he shot the 3-ball well in college, and that's what they want him for. I swear to God. Like, so if we're talking, if you don't got a big in your house, you don't got a wing in your house, you a guard. If you're not D'ing up 94 feet, what are we talking about? Yeah, I'm not Darius Acuff. He got God-given talents. And even at times, wish he played a little bit better defense in the tournament. But he carrying the scoring load for Arkansas as a freshman. It's levels. It's like when we talk about putting kids, Emmanuel on JL316s, he's probably one of our better wing prospects in the city. If we're talking about another prospect, Caden White is a 2-guard prospect in the city. Tyree Wooten is a point guard prospect on 16s in the city. 3 different programs, 3 different kids, 3 different skill sets, 3 different talents. Everybody's not a prospect, dog. You want to know how I know? Look at them invites. What did you get invited to? Did you get invited to Pangos? Did you get invited to the top 100? Did somebody invite you somewhere that came with free plane tickets? If not, it's nothing wrong with going back in the gym and working harder. Nothing at all. What's wrong with a little bit more hard work to get better? Because if we keeping it a buck, shooting is a premium. Ain't nobody shooting it like that coming out the city. There's some kids that shoot at a high clip. We don't got no Con Knipples coming out the city. Not in the least bit. We don't got no Milan Monsiloviches coming out the city. Shooting is a premium, and we don't got no shooters. So that means what we do have, we got to work with, right? We got some nice athleticism. We got some nice physical specimens. Woods, show this clip to Sean Mayberry. Sean Mayberry, you're an athletic specimen. I don't really even want to see you shoot another 3-ball in your high school career. You should be free throw line in like Dwight Howard when he was Superman. That's what I thought you could be. I'm not saying I think you could be Dwight Howard. I felt that you could be an interior dominant force that could dunk the ball on a high consistency basis. But I have an intense passion and love for Sean Mayberry, so that's why I said his name. Some of y'all kids, I would never say y'all name because I don't have a relationship with y'all parents like that. Like, I can go talk to Sean Mayberry face to face and we can have an understanding and a conversation. If I don't know you, I try not to speak on you, especially not in a negative way. If you don't play my type of basketball, that's fine. Like, who am I? I don't really take myself that seriously until you at me. Like, but what I like may not be what G-Day like, may not be what Doug like, may not be what Rob like. Me and Rob fight all the time about a guard that he loves that I don't like. And I fight with him about a guard that I love that he don't like. I don't stop talking to Rob. We just like different basketball. And sometimes y'all got to realize we all mini general managers that don't have a basketball team that we own. We all think we can make first round pick decisions. We all can squeeze the cap. We know who to trade. We know what coach we need to hire, who's a great player development guy. We all feel that way. I got it. That's what makes this sport so beautiful. We're in an opinionated industry. And that's okay. Don't let the opinions cloud the facts. Don't let the opinions cloud your judgment. If you see winning right there, don't let your opinion cloud that and go against the winning. That's just me. That's just how I feel. Chat, I know I didn't talk to your ear off. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Hopefully we got a sense of understanding. Hopefully you may see where I'm coming from my perspective today. Hopefully I was calm. Hopefully I answered enough questions on, a little bit of the back and forth of what you saw on Twitter. Like I said, it was no hard feelings. I just really be asking questions, dog. So I thank y'all for tuning in to the show because, perception is everything. Rob, Doug, G-Day, Oz, they got things they got to do. So I was able to hold it down. Hopefully, you enjoyed this episode. If I could do anything for you, I can help you stay sucker free. Stay away from the suckers because there's a lot of them out there. And I got to learn, sometimes you got to be bigger than a moment. Because moments mean everything. So, all that being said, I don't really got no fancy wind out the show, none of that. I wish y'all to hit me up in the comments about some more kids, but other than that, like, subscribe, share, maybe send it to somebody so they can listen to it in the car on the way to work. But yeah, appreciate you for listening to the Baller Plug. Yap. And we out.